Sweet.
Megan Hicks of I Run Far, and we're here at the finish line of the 2017 Lake Sonoma 50 mile. I'm with a very tired, but a very relieved women's champion, YiOu Wang. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much, Megan. It was a great day out there.
You crossed that finish line like looking like you put it all out there. Is that what you did?
Yes, mostly I really wanted the golden ticket, and I knew that given the depth and strength of the women's field that I really just had to give it everything.
You took the pace out for the women's field from the get-go. The 2.5 miles of road, you were leading Casey and Magda, and then from there on, were you just in front the whole time by yourself?
Yes, I was in front the whole time, and I actually ran a lot of the race totally by myself, which is fine. You know, it was kind of like I would kind of hook up with some guys for a mile or two, but you know, they would always be going a little bit slower than I wanted or a little bit faster than I wanted. So I just tried to focus on running at the effort level that I wanted to, that I knew was sustainable.
Okay. You are a pretty analytical person with your running. You've run this course multiple times before. You've raced it, you've trained on it. Were you keying off numbers at all or strictly by how you felt?
I was keying off strictly by how I felt, because I feel like year to year, you know, if you look at your splits, your training is always a little bit different. You always feel a little bit different. Your body's always a little bit different. And this spring I had some hamstring issues that kind of set me back a little bit in my training. And so I really didn't want to compare to last year's performance because that was like a really great day and I had the perfect lead up to it. And so this year I really just wanted to go out and give my total best effort, whatever my body had today.
This race, though, you're spending 50 miles in the same place and you're basically running out and back. Different parts of the race have different characters. The trail does. There's the more technical bits on the south side of the lake. There's some of the fire roads, but the steeper climbs on the north side. Can you talk about how you felt on the different pieces of the course?
Yeah, so I felt great on sort of that rolling single track. Parts, which I really loved. I feel like I could really get a lot of good momentum going. I felt like the climbs were hard. I haven't really done a lot of climbing in my training, at least definitely not as much as I did last year leading into Lake Sonoma. And so sort of those long fire road climbs, I felt like I was kind of gassing it a bit, but then I thought, oh, there's only 3 of them, so just get it over with. Yeah. But yeah, they definitely felt tougher than the more gradual rolling stuff, which I really like. And then on the south side, once you start coming back, there's the little mini canyons where you drop down, cross the stream, and then drop back up. I mean, I have to admit I power hiked a lot of those out of the stream.
It's like a guilty verdict. I admit I walked.
Well, I don't feel so bad about it now, but at the time I was like, oh, I'm walking.
I can't believe I'm walking. So you were here as the defending champion. You were here to fight for the win again, but you also wanted the golden ticket to go back to Western States. Was your crew or were people on the trail giving you reports of where the other women were?
My crew gave me a few reports. You know, for the first part of the race, I could kind of hear that there was a group of women behind me. I'm not a very chatty person on the trail, so I get into these zones where I just like focus in really sort of intensely. And so part of it was like, you know, ideally I would have had someone to run with, but also I didn't want to talk to someone for that long.
Just run with me, but don't say anything.
Yeah. You know, it's like I really wanted to pay attention to how I was feeling and what I was doing. And just be very focused on how I was feeling. And my crew did a really good job of not telling me too much information.
Okay.
They were just like, "You're doing great. Here's all your stuff." And
Go!
Then, yeah.
Get the heck out of here.
So my friend Kim Gaylord gave me a few splits, and they seemed to be trending in the right direction. So I was like, oh, great, I'll just keep running.
Fantastic, keep going. One of the things that you said in our interview before the race was that you wanted to explore the hurt box a little bit more in the last miles of the race. I saw you at mile 38. That wasn't quite the last miles of the race yet, but you looked like you were pretty focused and perhaps a little bit uncomfortable. Did you explore the hurt box?
I explored the hurt box.
What did you find in there?
A lot of hurt. I think I definitely had a tougher last 8 miles or so than I felt last year. And I really just tried to keep the intensity there. And I ran this year again a lot of the race sort of by myself. So it got kind of lonely between the turnaround and the finish. And I did sort of see 2 men that I ended up passing along the way, and that was really helpful. And actually the last person I passed, who I think finished right behind me, we kind of kept each other going. Like, you know, he was a little bit faster than me on the uphill, and then I would catch him on the downhill. So I found that very motivating. But yeah, that last mile is just evil. The finish.
Evil. Rocky, muddy today,
so
uphill. John Medinger, wherever you are evil.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
The finish is at this place for a very specific reason.
And then, oh, and Jamil was out there. There were like all these camera crew people out there that would like run behind me for a while. So I was like, gotta keep going.
There's somebody watching me.
I'm on camera.
You finished 13th at Western States last year. You had your eye on the golden ticket. You now have a golden ticket. What's going through your mind about that one race at the end of June now?
Oh, how soon can I sign up? No, I'm really excited to go back to Western States. Like, that was a really huge goal for me this summer, was to get back to States and, you know, just look for redemption out there on the course, not necessarily finishing at a certain place, but just having a good day where I feel like, okay, everything was planned and I could run and, you know, didn't have like crazy stomach problems.
Well, awesome. Congratulations to you on your win today, and #see you in Squaw.
Exactly. Thanks so much.
Congrats.